this weekend, a film that I was a part of, Devotion, came out on technically Tuesday, and then I guess it's finally out. So seeing all the reactions have been amazing, and I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've seen it yet, if you're planning to go see it. And I'm also gonna have some of my fellow castmates join in and chat about the film and our experience, and kind of like do the fun questions rather than the boring ones that sometimes we get asked. It's nice to be able to just chat with friends. So that being said, if you have any questions for us, send them in. Already saying something. All right, let me see if they're in requested. In the house. Nick Hargrove in the house. Let me see who else I can find on here.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
Mr. Hargrove. And Mr. Powell in two boxes.
Am I in two?
There's Spencer. I think I can get Spencer in too. Hold on. What's up, guys?
What's up, dude?
I'm gonna be honest.
How's it going?
First time doing this.
Yeah, mine
Really?
too. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You always remember the first time you were on.
My dad's a huge Buckeye fan, so he's super stoked right now.
Love it. I just got. There's Spencer.
Hey,
Doing it outside.
what's up, gents?
Are you in a rocking chair, Spencer?
I'm in a porch swing, like a rocking.
Yeah.
Rocking.
Are you
swing.
still?
I'm at my mom's
Are you
in the
still
middle
in
of Tennessee.
Nashville?
There's like zero. Yeah, I'm out at my mom's. Well, like an hour outside of Nashville, in the middle of the country.
Well, sweet. Well, I'm excited to be able to have you guys on here to be able to talk about all things devotion. But I figured, you typically in interviews we do the heavy combos because this film is so beautiful and has like a real true story that obviously I think a lot of people had no idea happened. But I figured we could have some fun with this and talk about some what's a weird trivia fact that you may know. Let me see if I can get Darren in here too. I don't know how many people I can actually have on this thing. I don't think Darren's actually requested yet, but let me just start with that because I thought that was really a good one. What's the weirdest or most interesting fact that that you may know?
It
can be about anything.
Or about devotion?
It could be about anything.
Okay. I just
anything.
heard something that Cleopatra was born closer to the release of the iPhone than she was to the building of the Great Pyramid. That's
Whoa.
my fun fact.
A random.
Not devotion related at all, but
It doesn't have to be. I love it.
So it's in my head.
One of my favorite. I don't even know if it's a fact, but one of my favorite stories while we were shooting this was when we were shooting all the can sequence in Sea Island. Is calling Nick and pretending like we hit somebody with our golf cart. We were in.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite memories. Seeing which friends would bail us out of prison.
I still have that voicemail. Maybe I can somehow record it and post it.
I remember. I think
I thought you weren't down there.
I almost got in trouble with a family member of yours, didn't I, Glenn?
What was that?
I almost got in trouble with a family member of yours for breaking maybe a little too good.
Sister or mom, wasn't it?
No, we called Leslie, and Leslie,
Yeah.
I said that I had hit some random person in Sea Island with a golf cart, and that Joe and I were both in the jail of Sea Island, and that she was going to come out, and I didn't want her to tell mom and dad, and that we got to keep it on the DL.
Right.
He was seriously freaked out. She was really genuinely like crying. I think we sold that one a little too hard, actually.
Yeah, that was a little, I think we also were, because we're on East Coast time and we were waking up so early those days to go to set. I think naturally we were just so exhausted, so we just would crash at like 8 or 9 p.m.
In Sea
and
Island?
then and
I
Sea
remember
Island, and then well, I just remember being tired that day and then waking up and getting all these messages from people I didn't really know that were Glenn Powell's friends and family, making sure he was okay.
He's still alive.
I will say though, we have some pretty good friends and family because nobody rejected our like
I
plea.
was ready to
to
drive
bail
like
us
2
out.
hours to come bail you out.
You were
Yeah.
ready.
Nick.
All right, Spence, what's a strange fact that you may have for us?
Oh, God, I don't know. You go first.
Do you remember like half of this movie? How when I fell out of that airplane, I like herniated that disc, so I get shots in my neck.
Oh yeah. How is that, by the way? Is that still?
Yeah, actually, you know what? That's like one scene. That's one scene. Like you hit that so hard. I remember in the premiere, like some people were like,
Everybody always is like,
like,
ooh,
they're like, ooh, and
smash your head on the plane.
Yeah.
little
It's a
did
real
they know that,
concussion.
yeah, that really that
I'm really
was
glad they used that take too. It's like
Popped
that
my
was the
neck
real
now.
thing.
Well, that's the hard part. I can literally see in certain scenes in the movie. There's only a couple places where you can tell that my neck is completely frozen up, where you have to look at it.
You're turning your whole body.
I think when you're running down after the fight in Cannes, I think that was
Yeah.
partially
Oh,
neck,
yes.
you know, because you were hobbling pretty
All
pretty
messed
Was
forward.
that before or after we did that sprinting scene in the lady?
So the sprinting after,
Oh,
I was
That's
all.
why Jonathan was so pissed. I mean,
I like-
among other things, but yeah, that was.
I got beat up on this movie.
You really did.
I
It's
really-
quite unfair. I've got horses and cows can sleep standing
You got what?
I didn't hear that.
up, but they can only dream when horses and cows can sleep standing up, but they can only dream while lying down.
So is that guy dreaming over there? Can you see him?
Ooh, maybe he's dreaming.
Oh yeah, he's dreaming for sure. Is that a donkey over there too?
There's a donkey. Fun fact: donkeys protect horses from like coyotes and stuff. That's why we have a
Wow.
donkey.
What's their like main defense
Wow, interesting.
mechanism? Do they have one? Kicking?
I don't know.
So I obviously know that
Yeah,
Mr. Powell.
maybe they kick. What?
I was going to say, I know obviously Mr. Powell, and maybe people don't know this, is that you have a pilot's license,
Yep.
which probably wouldn't come as a surprise to many people in the world. But I'm curious, Nick or Spence. And by the way, Darren, if you're on here, you have to actually request to join. So hit that request button so we can actually add you in here. But I'm just curious if you have the itch to get your license now.
I do. I would love to. I thought about it a while ago, and I definitely would still want to do it. I just got to find the right time.
For sure, me too.
Right now, I'm just playing my PlayStation. I got a simulator on there.
It's
Really?
yeah, it's like
Meantime,
it's like the
no,
same
actually
thing.
on Xbox, but
Glenn, do you have that? Is it realistic?
Simulator? Yeah, a simulator really helps. It helps with all the instruments, knowing all the instruments, and I've used it a little bit to get my IFR. But yeah, it's helpful. It's a little different when you're up there, and the stakes are a little different.
Right.
But
How long has that process been for you?
I would probably say from the time I studied for the license to getting it, I don't know, it was like 6 months.
Oh,
7.
that's not bad.
I also I got other things going on, so it's like I can't absolutely every day. But
wait, didn't you also say when you went skydiving for the first time, you jumped solo, not tandem?
yeah, that was a Tom Cruise request.
That's
awesome.
wild.
Yeah, but
Wow.
yeah, I mean, flying, you guys definitely should get your license. That would be really fun to fly together.
That would be awesome.
There's
Let's do it.
there's an airport in Santa Monica, right, where you can get your license.
I fly out of Van Nuys.
Very nice.
Ah.
But yeah, definitely that would be really cool, guys. We should have a flying club, the 32 Flying Club.
That would be
Do
awesome.
that.
I mean, that's a
I'm down.
because I gotta say, like a lot of the aviation guys, like I have like a young group of guys that we fly with and stuff like that, but a lot of them are older and whatever. It'd be cool, like a fun,
Do
young,
you guys just like fly around,
on a Napa, we're going to
have your
Vegas,
little?
Scottsdale. That's the dream.
That would be the dream. Here's another question for you. So, without giving away too much, do you have a favorite scene from the film? Any film? No, specifically Devotion.
I mean, my favorite to shoot was the Sea Island, was the casino stuff. That was just
That was really fun.
a beautiful
Also,
hotel.
we had a lot of fun at Sea Island.
We did.
A lot of memories were made. And for those who don't know, Sea Island is just this gorgeous resort. There's a bunch of different houses that you can rent and also a hotel, but they, for the film, they rented out the hotel portion and the lobby floor. They recreated a proper casino, which was pretty amazing. I would say for myself, there is some. I think that scene when we are in France at the bar when Jesse comes up and says,
Yeah.
I just bumped into Elizabeth Taylor. That was really fun to shoot and really fun to watch back. I just remember the conversations the day we had. It was a
We
lot
had
of fun.
lunch. We had lunch right before that scene.
We had a long lunch right before that scene. Mr. Hargrove?
I don't know. Honestly, maybe the first day, that scene we shot in the locker room, because that was where you got to meet everybody, and it was all of our first days. Well, maybe I don't know, maybe Glenn, you had shot something before, but it was like the moment where you meet all the characters and we're all together, and we were just thrown into everything, and we were all kind of figuring out as we went. And I know I threw the towel a little too hard one time at Spencer and got him right in the eye.
Oh, that's right.
Right in the eyeball, man. God.
Well, Jonathan came up to me in between one of the takes, was like, dude, just throw it at him. And I threw it as hard as I could.
Yeah.
And Jonathan was like, he was like, wicked.
That's right.
In his classic.
He knows I can take it.
Yeah.
I roll with the punches,
What about you,
I
Glenn?
was. What scene was really interesting? I mean, it's not my favorite scene to shoot, but one scene where Tommy's sitting on the runway is where the Corsair is pulling up while he's sitting there. And for me, I'm realizing, guys, taxiing a Corsair is really tough.
Mm.
So, yeah, I think it is.
Uh-oh.
You have
It's frozen on us. It is really. Oh, there you are. You're back.
Oh, sorry, I messed this up. I was worried that we were going to Vitamix Tommy Sadowski with a Corsair. He's sitting there on the runway.
Oh yeah, he was so close.
I was like, that's extremely dangerous.
They had some of those
I was worried
Corsairs
about Darren.
on
I thought he was
remotes
gonna
too.
through.
All right, and then one more question for you guys. If you could switch roles with anyone in the cast, who would you choose?
Good question. I mean, I love Bow Time. I think Bow Time
Yeah.
did a very good role. I think that's the Wild Texan. I'm used to playing that.
Yeah.
Especially the
I
improv.
learned a thing or two from
He
you.
could kind of
Glenn.
say whatever he
On
wanted,
those-
It's like
Yeah, he had a good, and he got it in there, even in the trash. It was actually really funny. I was doing one of these late night talk shows recently, and I think they might have thought I said bow time, and they were like, "Let's just show a quick scene from the film," and it's obviously I know, but it's Spencer because obviously we all have the headgear. It's hard to tell who's who, and I just hear, "All right, bow time." I'm like, they're like, "Wow, that looks really great." I'm like, "That definitely isn't me."
So now my
Um,
eyebrows.
That was the funniest thing on Top Gun while we were shooting a lot of those aerial scenes. I mean, it was the same on this one when you're shooting all those all the stuff in the cockpit in like the real planes. It's so loud in there that you have to ADR most of the stuff that you're actually So almost all of Top Gun, that's just ADR. Like the stuff that we're saying up there is kind of unusable because it's so damn loud, and all that stuff with Jay and I up in the that Bearcat sequence. That's all like. You could be anybody. I mean, you could have ADR for me, Joe. I mean, that'd have been.
I did. No, I actually did.
And you
That's
did.
True. Bow time wasn't even in what we were filming at all. We just ADR'd that. because Rachel wanted to. She was like, "We're gonna get that in there."
I will say that you dropped the bow time quite a few times during this movie. You were not going to go down without a bow time, ending up somewhere in the final.
That's right.
There's a lot of
This is a
bow
good one.
time.
We had to make it.
I love this. Insta Lasana asks, "Is there an accidental moment that can you read that too? Accidental moment that happened while filming that made it into the movie?" I think in that scene where during the day, a glass or two fell over and shattered on the floor. I think they kept it They kept it.
Oh yeah,
in the can.
And also, obviously, you falling out and actually hitting your head.
Yeah.
That injury was legit.
Did you guys make up your lines? Joe, did you make up that joke? I don't remember that in the script where you're in the casino and the wife, here's to wives. What's that?
How'd that go?
Here's the old friends,
It's
new friends, and future ex-wives or something.
Yeah.
What was the question? Was it improvised?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a few fun things that JD kind of threw us over and said, "All right, just have fun with this and see what you guys can come up with." So yeah, that was one of the fun ones. I'm glad it stuck.
Also improvised?
Sinatra line was also
Sinatra was great. I love that.
There's some good ones coming in, some good questions.
I actually did swallow that cigarette in that magic trick scene. Yeah. No, I think it's really, really shitty next day.
No way.
Because there is no way to do that trick. It's not like I actually magic. So there actually is no way to do that without having a lit cigarette in my mouth and then just going for it.
So you actually filmed the next part of that scene.
Like, we can only do this one time.
Yeah.
Oh, that can't taste good.
It's like swallowing dip spit. That's kind of what the.
Whoa. I had a friend who would go around and his whole thing would be like, "Oh, what are you drinking?" And then just take it from them and finish their drink. And he once grabbed a dip cup.
Serves him right.
Exactly. So Leah from Mars asks, did you guys keep anything from set?
Probably have something back here. I'm still waiting to get my jacket.
My jacket the other way. I was so excited I had to wear it to Dallas.
Yeah.
Wait, you got yours?
I'm still waiting for my jacket, and I know I think Rachel and JD are watching us. So
JD has them.
JD has them. All right.
Not let him.
He brings them.
It's a little late. It's a little late for reshoots, so I think I can have it now.
I'm bummed. Yeah. They do this every time where they always say like, "Hey, we're gonna keep these things till reshoots," and then they never give them to you.
It's gonna be at the some exhibit somewhere.
Yeah, you have to legitimately. I've learned this. I found this out when I was shooting Ride Along 2. The costume the costume designer came up to me and I was like, "Oh, I love these, shoes. Maybe at the very end, like after, we do reshoots, whatever. Can I have these shoes?" And she goes, "You know what? If they just disappear, I wouldn't know." And I'm like, "Well," I was like, "I want to just like ask you." She's like, "If they disappear, I wouldn't know." And she told me on the slide later, she's like, "Hey, like things disappear from the truck all the time. Just take your shoes."
Yep.
Don't ask questions.
The only way they never.
What's the line? It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Than permission. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Played a little tennis in Forsyth Park too, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's fun.
A lot of golf.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. I mean, I guess, every scene. ADC 9811 asks, was there a certain scene that you had to take multiple times? I remember the run scene. There was a healthy amount of running in that one scene.
Yeah.
We had to run when you know, I'm not going to say names, but somebody, we lose someone, and we have to take off to the edge of the carrier deck, and let's just say those boots were not very comfortable that we were wearing.
Which were not made for running.
They were not made for running. Definitely, that was I guess every big scene, you know, I mean, the brilliance of having somebody like Eric Messerschmidt and JD, their shots are set up so beautifully, and they're going to take a long time to be set up. But that was one I remember being like, we were all pretty winded afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, any scene with all of us too, there's so much coverage. You have to get every single person that, like, even that locker room scene, we did that all day.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, seriously, thank you for joining this live. And obviously, for those who are watching, you know, Devotion is out now. Go check it out. Tell your family and friends. I think you're going to like it. And I'll see you guys very soon.
Glenn Powell, everyone.
Glenn Powell.
Go time. All right.
Guys.
All right,
See you guys.
All right, guys.